Hey guys, so we're back. We just posted all of our health nibbles from the last 100 health nibbles on YouTube, so you can catch up on all of those. And I just sent a little blurb out about that. So we've got them there. So we are moving into.
They're kind of hard to find though for some reason. I don't know if because there hasn't been searched enough. But
Yeah.
If you type in health nibble, a lot of times they'll pop up. Or if there's a subject you remember, health nibble and then thyroid. It pops up, and then you can dig in, and then it has them not necessarily in a row. I'm not sure how they organize that with YouTube.
I think if you go to the channel Midwest Functional Health, you can find them all in a row. So you just have to subscribe to that channel, and then you'll be able to go through all of them in order.
It just wasn't as easy as I thought it'd be. So.
Yeah, as well. He needs a little help in that department. But anyway, so we are starting in the 100s on our health nibble. So we're on 102, and it's a beautiful day here. We actually were surprised about all of the snow that we're getting. The schools were all canceled.
Unpleasantly surprised.
I was pleasantly surprised.
You were.
I'm going to show just how pretty it is, though. It's beautiful.
Do you want me to do the nibble right here?
Yeah, go ahead. So we've got some interesting information on when to eat when you are working out, the differences between men and women. There are some differences.
So there was a previous health nibble that I did that we talked about working out in the morning and then fasting through your workout. And then, so the insulin levels are low, and then it creates a need. And if you wait a little bit to eat after you work out, like an hour or two, you have some growth hormone rise. And then when you feed that growth hormone, then you put on lean muscle mass, burn fat, all the things that most people are interested in. So, that's one of the studies that I was referencing in my head. I'm not sure if I referenced it. It was from quite a while ago, where it talked about exercising on an empty stomach, and then especially in the morning was the best. But it was interesting. So if you've ever followed Ben Greenfield, he's a wealth of information. He trains professional athletes, and so I always talk about what's your focus, right? I'm going to do a little series on this stuff, a lot of the things I learned from him, because he's really good at, like, are you trying to build muscle mass and that's it, which a lot of those strategies fly in the face of longevity or living a long time. But anyway, so he also talked about fat burning and that it's different for women and men. I mean, our physiologies are different, our hormones are different. So he said, which I thought was interesting, for men, fasting and then working out and then eating after, you get those positive fat burning hormones. You actually burn more fat. And he cited a study that showed that women actually do better eating before, obviously not sucking down Gatorade with a bunch of sugar in it and things like that, but eating clean before the workout, working out, and then fasting and prolonged fast after. They actually have a higher benefit for fat burning. So, we're in the information world, and sometimes there's contradictory information. So what I would take from that, until we really prove it out and I see it clinically, is that, hey, if you're a woman and you don't do well fasting, like you don't do well fat burning when you fast, work out, then eat, then try eating, working out, and fasting. But I think the common thread there with all of it is this intermittent fasting is huge to balance the hormones and get you into that fat burning mode. So play with it, see what works for you. It was just some really neat information, and I'm going to keep delivering more, maybe not every day, probably not every day, but a few times a week anyway. I'll be, bringing some good information in. So that's your health nibble number 102.